people of Los Angeles want a football team, and I intend to give it to them. So bring on your lawsuits, whoever the you want, and I will prove my stadium will employ more people faster than your opposition research can calculate. Are you with me? I hope so, because when this thing works, you will be the mayor. Thanks for stopping by, Hector.
Does one need to swear that much? It started out as a 2006 Academy Award winner for Best Picture, and now it's a drama series from the same producers. Of course, I'm talking about Hannah Montana. No, I mean Crash. The second season premieres September 18th at 10 p.m. Eastern on Starz. Joining us is one of the newest cast members to the series, legendary actor Eric Roberts, otherwise known as the talented Roberts, the interesting Roberts, and the Roberts who freaking rocks. How you doing there?
Hello, how are we? I'm all alone. I'm all alone in a TV studio, so I don't know where to look exactly. So
just look right straight ahead. But imagine a very good-looking talk show host with huge pecs. That's me, and that's all you need to know. Now before we talk about Crash, I want to ask you about this tape of Mickey Rourke's speech at the Independent Spirit Award. I'll roll it, and then I'll come to you.
Eric Roberts. I just want to say one thing about Eric Roberts. Eric Roberts is probably the best actor I ever worked with.
Now, did you expect that at all?
No, I didn't expect that at all. You know, we're like old friends ever since '84. You know, we've been pals, and we stay in touch. We probably speak, 3 times a month. And he asked me. I was asked if I would show up at that event that night, and I did. And then Mickey wins the award, and he lays that on me, and it was so flattering. It was so sweet. I was so moved, but I was so embarrassed because I was caught off guard.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice moment. Now, you two were both in the Pope of Greenwich Village, a classic movie. How fun was making that movie, or do you have any memory of it?
Oh, it was a blast. It was one of my best movie making experiences, because it's one of maybe 10 times that I never came out of character.
Yeah.
So I lived that guy, and it was exhausting, but it was fun.
Did you also live, what's his name, Paul Snider, when you did Star 80? Because I can't imagine you being loathsome like that all the time.
Well, that part was about as far from me as you can get, because I don't take myself seriously, and that guy did, and so I'm not like that. So it was hard for me, but I had one of the 2 best directors of the 20th century for my money, and that I had Bob Fosse, so I had a lot of good help.
Yeah, and also the important distinction was you didn't rape and murder a playmate. That made you slightly different from the character. Thank God for that.
True, true. But I had trouble getting dates with nice girls for 3 years after that movie came out, and that's a true story.
Well, I was going to say this because that character was so dark, so loathsome. I couldn't help but think it must have tarnished your real life, because it was so convincing.
It hurt my career, actually, because everybody thought I was that guy.
Yeah.
And that's why I did the Pope of Greenwich Village, because he was a wacko, but he was completely different, and he was funny.
Yeah.
So
now let's talk about Crash. Well, tell me about your character. You're like a crazy billionaire. Is that how to put it?
Crazy billionaire? No, I wouldn't call me crazy, but that's just me. Seth Blanchard is who I play, and he's afraid of the right things, like world despair, world hunger. He's unafraid of success. He puts his beliefs out there for the whole world to see, and he stands behind them. He has business cojones.
Yeah. Why should everybody in America be DVRing Crash, the new season?
Why? Because Crash is like a really good book you can't put down. And also, everybody's been asking me, who's doing the music on the promos? It's an artist named Keaton Simons, Keaton-Simons, and he can be found all over the internet.
All right, last question for you. I looked you up on IMDb, and you play yourself in like 40 different projects. Is that because you as a person are more interesting than a lot of the characters you're offered?
I have no idea what you're talking about, because I haven't read my IMDb page. But I have a lot of things on that because a lot of people ask me to do things that I haven't answered yet, or I've said no to, or I've said like a maybe to. So they're all maybes up there. So that's why there are so many.
Well, I got one more question. You played yourself in Entourage as as yourself and an expert on shrooms. How close is that to reality?
It's not very close. You know what happened was a real quick story.
Yeah.
I watched that show. I love that show. And about the fourth time I heard them say my name, I called my attorney because he handles all those writers.
Right.
And I call him and I say, if they're gonna talk about me, have them put me on the show.
Excellent.
And he called me back in 5 minutes and he goes, they want you on the show, but they want to know one thing. Will you do shrooms?
Fantastic.
So I said yes, hence the show.
Excellent. Eric, thank you so much. The new season of Crash begins September 18th at 10 p.m. Eastern, my sister's birthday, on Stars. Thank you so much. Please come back. Do you have a comment on the show? Email us, redeye@foxnews.com. And to leave a voicemail on my direct line, 212-462-5050. Still to come, the halftime report from TV's very own Andy Levy.
Tonight's halftime report is sponsored by Rosin Bags, those soft pouches filled with rosin powder used by athletes to keep their hands dry, so as to improve grip or prevent blisters. Thanks, Rosin Bags.
To take care of your cats.
Greg, I don't see ugliness.
Really?
Yeah, and neither does my hot girlfriend, Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, excellent. I didn't know you were dating.
No.
I bet Steny Hoyer is really pissed.
He's not happy.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about the tension between the two of them, I can tell you that.
Well, I'll tell you. Lock the doors.
All right. By the way, Greg, don't see what you're doing here, putting two guest segments in the front of the show, so I have nothing to correct you on.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. I see the ploy.
Yes.
Congressman Wilson, Mr. Buzzo, you said you don't think Wilson should have apologized, that it's no big deal, and that seemed to be the general consensus of the table. I'm going to go ahead and disagree. I think it's, in the grand scheme of things, no big deal, but I think he should be censured.
Really?
Maybe he should be killed.
I don't think he should be killed. I'm not going to go on record as advocating he be killed.
I'll happily do that.
Okay, all right.
Not on camera.
Oh,
yeah.
I disown that thought, King Buzzo.
Yes, but let me quote from the website of the Republican members of the House Committee on Rules. Quote, the precedents of the House allow a wide latitude in criticism of the president, other executive officials, and the government itself. However, it is not permissible to use language that is personally offensive to the president, such as referring to him as a hypocrite or a liar. So,
how about a bad dancer? Can you say that?
You could say bad dancer.
I don't know if that's personally offensive.
What about bad mom jeans?
Bad mom jeans, you can definitely say.
It does say you should not call the president a jerky jerk who's kind of a jerk.
Yeah, I did that last week, didn't I?
Well, the problem is it's redundant.
Well, the thing is that was big back in the 20s when Coolidge was president.
Yeah, he was a jerk.
There was a lot of that, yeah.
Keep cool.
Keep cool.
Keep cool with Coolidge. Yeah. Greg, you asked what happened to the Republican response. I think it's safe to say that it was one of the two best Republican responses this year given by someone from Louisiana.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah. And by the way, on the question of whether the facts back up Obama for what Wilson called him a liar on, the Associated Press says the House version of the health care bill explicitly prohibits spending any federal money to help illegal immigrants get health care coverage. But others say that if a public option or some kind of insurance exchange is part of the final legislation, illegals would be able to purchase that option, which is, of course, subsidized by the taxpayers.
There you go.
Yes.
So it is a lie.
It is.
It isn't not the truth that it is a lie.
That clears it up.
Yes.
Thank you.
He's the Clearasil of logic.
I try. By the way, the big winner Thursday night was Fox with So You Think You Can Dance, which won the 8 p.m. hour in the all-important 18 to 49 demographic. The big loser, of course, was Sarah Palin.
I've never seen the show.
Really?
It's So You Think You Can Dance. I've never seen it.
You don't watch Fox?
Nope.
Moving on.
We'll fix that in edit. Fix it in edit.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yes, I
take it
do.
over now. Yes, I
Totally
do. Then cut out that previous part. Yes, I do watch it all the time.
Only.
Yes, only Fox.
By the way, the best part of the whole Wilson thing is that all these organizations are now trying to dig up dirt on him. And, for instance, did you know that in 2007 he regularly took NoDoz?
Oh, my goodness.
This was an article in The Hill today, the Capitol Hill newspaper, The Hill.
Was he a trucker?
Yeah.
He was either a trucker or a high school senior.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the other hand,
Track star.
Yeah,
sitting